and plan.
Welcome to the CouncilCast.
Welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 194, being recorded on January 25th, 2022. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit?
Nice.
Perfect.
And little background with next to no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. So welcome to this week in the CouncilCast. We are your friendly home to everything space-related. And speaking of things finding their home, the James Webb Space Telescope has reached its home. Where's our applause, Silas?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're on top of it today. Fix that in post.
Fix that post.
Wait, where's the... Oh, hold on.
I guess we're just going to wait for it now.
No, we have to. Why isn't that working? Hold on. Let me get back to it later.
All right, we'll
You guys
we'll
keep
fix
going.
that in post.
Sorry, guys.
All right, thanks for fixing it in post, Silas. That worked out really well. No one would have ever noticed. Anyway, the James Webb Telescope has reached its second Lagrange point, L2, which is out there now to help it keep itself cool while it's taking cool pictures, you might say, of the universe.
That sounds
So it's
pretty cool.
taken, about a month to get there, and it's now just over 1 million miles away from the Earth.
Wow. It's a long ways.
It has only taken, a little over 10 years and $10 billion
Only $10 billion?
for this amazing piece of engineering.
So wait, this
Um,
tech that's out in outer space is 10 years old? Is it even going to be able to send back anything?
Yes, it is. It is. Actually, I find that very fascinating, is that the technology is already old, but it's still new.
It's new to
Like,
that
it's
corner
so-
of the galaxy.
New to that part of the
Exactly.
light years ahead of its competition in that part of the galaxy.
Light seconds ahead of the
seconds.
competition.
There you go.
I think the crazy thing about the placement of the James Webb Telescope is that it's orbiting just a random spot in space, the Lagrange point out there, and the orbit is actually larger than the distance between Earth and the telescope. So it's like a
pretty big
little over
orbit.
1 million kilometers away from us, but the diameter of the orbit is more than 1 million kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool spot to be. I mean, it's supposed to keep the Earth basically between the sun and it all the time, and so it just helps protect itself as well as just to help it get the best pictures possible.
So is this where it's at? Is that how shiny it is?
No, it's shinier.
Damn. But is that
the
Earth
sun
or is that
side
some
is
other planet?
shinier, and the cold side is less shiny.
Oh. But
Has it already been putting out some pretty good pictures, or was it just taking snapshots along the way, or should it just wait until it gets there?
It's got to do some calibration first.
And then I expect a selfie.
It actually doesn't have any self-pointing cameras.
I don't think
It's
so.
probably got a drone that takes off away from it, and takes a picture of it like an action.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to lie.
it's
This
fucking
looks like something that's out of
awesome.
2001.
It's pretty cool looking. It looks like a UFO.
It looks like Hal is the only person aboard that thing.
It looks like one of the ships from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
There you go.
We're playing
Maybe that's what it
memory.
looked like before it started unfolding itself. That could be.
Looks like it's been bedazzled by someone, by a 10-year-old.
There you go.
Looks like a light bright.
Uh,
Goodness.
Perfect.
Pretty
Well,
cool.
you know, I think it's pretty cool what they got there.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, give it a thumbs up for
old
that.
tech.
Why not?
Thumbs up for old tech, space telescopes a million miles away from Earth.
Well, the
Thumbs
problem
up
is if they
for
use
fucking
new tech,
space.
we wouldn't be able to get to it until we got into the future. So it's because it's that advanced. This was the only way for us to communicate with it.
Even if we created a time machine, went to the future, built it, and shot it back in space so that it was new tech, it would still be
Old tech.
old tech because
Yes.
of how time travel is.
That's definitely how it works.
Oh man, I just
That's how time travel works.
Definitely. Well, something that you do with your old tech is when you're done with it in space, you can just slam it into the moon now. That's a new thing to do, which is apparently what SpaceX is going to do with one of its old Falcon 9 rocket stages.
What?
Apparently, this thing's been... Yeah, so apparently in
So-
2015,
Elon is
SpaceX... Yeah, he's going to
Elon's
start
like,
just
"Hey,
littering the moon.
I'm tired of littering on Earth. We need to save the planet. Send all of our garbage to the moon."
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
at least he's getting close to one of our pitches where we said we should shoot it at the sun,
Yes, as described in the future documentary.
which
There you
actually
go.
isn't a horrible idea, except for
It was
that
your idea. That's why you're still pitching it.
I'm still pitching it, and he's getting close to it. He's like, you know what? He's like, I watched part of that episode. I thought they said the moon because I wasn't paying attention fully. I'll just shoot it there.
It's all about his ability to focus.
Moon, sun, they kind of sound the same.
Isn't there a new TV series out about how the moon is going to crash into the Earth or something? Isn't there something I saw coming
that sounds
out of
pretty
Hulu
legit. or
something?
a
Paramount
movie.
Plus or something?
Yeah.
A movie about the
Yeah.
the moon
And it
crashing
has
into the Earth.
Samwell from Game of Thrones, and he's the one who figures it out. Of course,
Samuel
Samwell figures
Gamgee?
it out.
That's quite a leap from Game of Thrones to sci-fi.
Oh,
Because Game of Thrones is totally real.
Yeah, well, no, what's his name? Not Ganji. Samuel Ganji. That's right. But no, what's
Samwise.
Samwise. Yeah. Sam.
But Samwise is not in Game of Thrones.
Which one is in Game of Thrones? You know what? I'm gonna.
The
look
one
it
in
up.
Game of Thrones, Sam. Samalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, Samwise is
Samuel Tarly.
Yes.
Oh, the tar.
He's a maester, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Isn't he
mixed
the-
race.
Isn't he the Grand Maester by the end?
Here.
Spoiler
this
alert,
is,
sorry.
this is him. This is Samwell.
He's also half elf.
Half elf. Half elf.
Also,
Yeah.
there he is.
He's at the end when there's nobody left and they've destroyed King's Landing. He's Grand Maester.
This Game of Thrones fan theory may explain why Sam Tarly is still alive. Well, I'm going to read that.
That's not Sean Austin.
Sean Austin. It's not what he said.
Well, if the moon is going to slam into the Earth, I think Musk is trying to beat the moon to it and just start slamming his rockets into the moon. So
Why does he want to litter the moon? What is wrong with him?
he forgets where he places his garbage,
He's
and
got
it
so
turns
many rockets now. He doesn't know where he left the last one.
yeah. And sometimes they just run into the moon.
Maybe he should throw an Apple AirTag on him so he can find them.
It's kind of like when you're walking around your house and you forgot that you threw some garbage on the floor, and then you kick it as you're like going to bed or something.
So are they trying to crash it or land it?
Well, actually, neither. It turns out that 7 years ago, in 2015, they launched a satellite, and it turns out that the stage of the rocket that launched it the second stage actually, stayed in space, tumbling through space, and it now looks like it's going to just randomly crash into the moon.
They're so
This was
reckless.
not, this was not premeditated.
NASA would have figured this out.
It was planned to just stay to launch this and just have this rocket kind of just drift away from Earth, but it's
The space for forever.
yep.
Yeah,
but it is-
NASA never would have done this. NASA never left any space junk just floating around.
Well, they said the reason for it is because when they launched
They did.
the spacecraft, they ran out of fuel. They didn't have enough fuel on it because of how far it had to go, so they
Math is
couldn't
difficult.
shoot it back. So it looks like it's going to be about a 4 metric ton piece of space junk that's going to hit the moon at a velocity of 2.58 kilometers per second.
I'd have split it in half.
It might.
Wait.
We might have 2 moons after this.
Yeah.
Um,
The dark side and the light side.
so they're expecting it to hit. Oh, when did it? I want to say it was like this week or something like that, right?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Oh no, March 4th. Sorry, in a month. In a month. So there you go. March 4th. You may look up on the morning of March 5th or the evening of March 5th and see that there's now 2 moons out there because Elon Musk has split them in half.
Oh, we actually
Did he
have
just read
footage here.
70s?
We actually have footage of the landing.
Of which landing?
Of the rocket. It's already hit the moon.
Oh, it already landed. Okay.
Yep. So this is it. There it goes.
Oh!
It's
Wow.
unfortunate, but
I did not hear it.
Did you get this?
we saw it
Did you
first.
get this from the future? Is that from
Fucking
the future?
powerful would that explosion need to be to push all of that debris that closely to the, like, did you see the depth like that it shot out? Like I'm pretty sure those pieces, if you go do the math, had to travel faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, well, that's the Death Star. Not the Musk Star or whatever it was.
I think Neil Stevenson actually has
He did.
documented this event.
He must have written into the future then.
Back
He must have used
back,
time
back when
travel.
it launched in 2015, he documented this event happening.
He predicted it.
The explosion that I
Wow.
just showed, or the rocket hitting the moon.
Yeah, I was
All of
wondering.
the above.
All of it.
Got it.
All of it.
And he predicted that we would talk about it tonight. All of it.
And he predicted blockchain.
Well, you know what? I give it a thumbs up for blowing up the moon, I guess.
Thumbs up for him almost taking one of my ideas.
I say thumbs up for recklessly exploring space.
Recklessly go where no man has gone before.
Well, men have been there before. Thank goodness they're not there with the stuff landing on the moon. Slamming into the surface.
Well, you know, if you aren't trying to blow up the moon, apparently the cell phone carriers are trying to blow up your aircraft with their 5G rollout.
Yeah. Apparently, some of the carriers are slowing their roll on account of it's interfering with aircraft.
Yeah, so this was as 5G starts to get rolled out by the wireless networks, like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, so on and so forth. Turns out that the 5G signal potentially could interfere with a pretty important part of an airplane's measurement system, I guess, the radio altimeter, which is
That's
what
bad.
is used to help the plane land, which is generally considered one of the most important parts of the flight, which is landing.
Don't the
I mean,
airline pilots just do it
takes
by touch now? They they just feel it.
There you go.
Yeah, they just feel the altitude. That's not a big deal. Yep.
They have a window out the front. What I don't have to. I don't have special things that tell me that I'm touching the ground while I'm driving. I just
Do you
look out
also
the front
care
of the
how
window.
high off the ground you are, though?
I do. But I can see it out my window.
So yeah, apparently actually, I think this just got turned on last week. Is that carrier started to roll it out? It was supposed to go live, I think, the first of the year, and a lot of the carriers delayed it by 2 weeks. And due to the FAA saying, "Hey, we need to do something different," and basically they found out that yeah, it is kind of a big deal, but it also turns out that like 78% of the airplanes that are in service today are also protected against 5G signal. So
Here's a chart that shows something. I'm not sure what's going on.
I
That
love
is very,
charts.
very insightful.
So yeah, this is showing how apparently in France they've rolled out 5G without any issues to their airplane communications, and they're showing that basically they've implemented buffer zones around airports that reduce the power output of the 5G signal, and they've also tilted the antenna angle so that they don't point upwards at the airplanes.
We run it over double the wattage.
Basically.
So I read a really great article from a electrical engineer talking about the what's actually going on, and the airplane altimeter is running between 42,000 and 44,000 megahertz. The 5G runs at 37,000 to 3980 megahertz. So there are 220.
So there's technically no overlap, but there's not a lot of gap
there's
between
a
them.
massive 220 megahertz separation between them.
Yeah.
In frequency, that's a huge buffer space. And the problem is the planes don't have modern filters to narrow their the receiving rate to just the bands that the altimeters run on. So there is the potential for bleed over into the 5G band. And the FAA and the airlines have known this has been coming for,
And nobody's done anything about it.
I think, close to 10 years. It's been more than
sounds
5 years
about right.
that they've known that this frequency band was purchased and what it was going to be used for. And yes, the aviation industry is very slow to make changes, but they've had many, many years to test and certify and retrofit these planes. They knew this was coming before they started putting wireless internet on planes, and that got pushed out in like 3 years because it makes money. This doesn't make airlines money; it costs money, and so now they were trying to petition the FAA to push
More
back
money?
on this.
Yeah,
Crashing.
cleaning up a crash.
Yeah.
Just ask Boeing about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, it is a potential problem. Whose fault is it? Purely the airlines for not wanting to spend the money to get into compliance. So the carriers are obviously pissed because they can't use
They want to roll it
frequencies
out
that
and
they
use the
spent
frequency.
$81 billion on,
Sue.
and the
Sue
aviation
for
industry
every
is
day
arguing.
that you cannot use the frequency that you own.
Although I think like 80% of the aircraft have been certified now. There was
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
late last
78,
week-
80%, something like that.
Don't most of these airplanes come with a little sticker on it that says this has been FCC approved for communications within the United States?
these towers are not stickered.
Maybe
No.
the 20% of those planes could be like discount airlines, where they say, fly at your own risk. Type of
I
thing.
bet in California they have a sticker that says
That's
this may
horrifying.
cause cancer.
Absolutely, it does.
I don't know. 5G
Snickers
does
come with
everything.
warnings.
5G and COVID caused everything, I think.
Great, you just got us demonetized.
Again.
What, for saying 5G?
You
COVID.
can beep. You can
Wow,
beep
already
them
said
out.
it. We
you
can
say
say it
that
again.
for? You can't say it again. Twice, and we're in big trouble. I mean,
So
You can't get more demonetized than we already are.
That reminds us. It's time for our today's sponsor plug. Doritos 4 Loco.
I thought you were going to say United Airlines and Verizon.
Best
I
carriers in the land.
I'm gonna have to go with a thumbs down on this one for people not being proactive on this. So
Thumbs down for
you know.
gross incompetence.
Thumbs down for 5G. Oh, did I go too far?
Well, something that you're soon not going to be able to use your 5G for anymore is using a Google Suite account for free. So if you are if you are a early adopter of the Google G Suite service or whatever the heck it's called now, you will no longer be able to keep your free account status past July of this year.
Oh,
You will be.
They're taking away the grandfathered status.
They are taking away the grandfathered status. Yes. So if you want to keep using your G Suite account, you will have to start ponying up some money to keep it, and sucks to be you, I guess.
Yeah,
Which I am a subscriber to this,
I was working with
and I'm a little annoyed.
a client. It was probably middle of last year, and they're like, "Well, we have a free account, so we don't need to upgrade." I'm like, "Well, your free account doesn't do any of the things you're asking me to help you with, so you do have to upgrade." They're like, "Well, how much is that going to cost us?" And I was like, "For the number of accounts you want, $15 a month." And they're like, "Oh, that's a lot of money." I've seen their numbers. It's not that bad for them.
it's Workspace now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called now. Yeah, it used to be called Google Apps for your domain. Then it changed to Google Apps for Work, then G Suite, now Google Workspace. So yeah, I mean, I get it for like organizations that are decently sized. I mean, they're probably already paying for this stuff, but I mean, for like somebody like I'm using it. Like for me, I'm like, yeah, this is a great way to use my own domain, but I don't know if I really feel like wanting to pay $6 a month per user to keep that. I don't know.
Yeah, not for personal use. Yeah, not for personal use.
What are there other decent alternatives?
No.
I haven't really looked. No.
Support. Just having your own domain. Boom. GoDaddy. Buy it. You're done.
Fuck.
Or do you want to be able to run Gmail easily backed by your own domain? That's the point.
Right. It's more of the I'm looking for a service that you can still use Gmail or something like that to still do your email with on your domain.
Can't you have?
I could care less
email
about all
with
the
your
other
own
You can
shit.
do email on your own domain on stuff like Fastmail.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Might have to look into that.
I mean, you don't get to use Gmail anymore. I know a person who uses Fastmail and they really, really like it.
It
Just set
doesn't
up
have to be
your-
Gmail, but
And you
yeah.
can create new inboxes and stuff. So for every single like service that he has, it's like, you know, if his domain is at foobar.com, like it'll be Spotify at foobar.com or Hertz at foobar.com or Ashley Madison
sure.
at foobar.com.
Because everybody has one of those now.
So he's
Did they go under?
like he'll create his own like address for every single service he uses, so he knows who's screwing with him. And then if he gets too much shit from them, he just deletes the deletes the inbox.
Nice. I'm just a little annoyed. I mean, the free plan wasn't a whole lot. It only allowed up to 8 users anyway, so I think this was kind of like I still think it's a pretty shitty move by Google to do, but thumbs down for that.
Well,
just
you know,
wanna get
when
rid
they
of all
when they
their
get
legacy
sued
support
along with
on it.
Facebook for their antitrust and monopoly, conspiracy stuff, like, They have it coming. They're we're not going to have even the option for Gmail in a few more months when they get sued. So we'll be fine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
You heard it here first. All right. Break it.
What did we do?
I don't know what happened, but I do know that the stream has stopped for some reason. No, I'm just joking.
We're still recording, so that's fine.
We're still recording. They're still recording us. I mean,
They have just
Did-
now taken us down. All right.
Did those guys stop our stream?
Well, maybe they stopped our stream because our faces were too good for it. Because now, if you have a face that's worth looking at, a company that makes robots will pay you $200,000 for your face.
see, I liked how you paused there. If you have a face worth looking at,
You had me on at the beginning. I was like, yes, I've got a face. I'm gonna get paid for it.
What?
Nope, not gonna get paid for it.
We don't get to know what they're using these faces for?
No, you basically don't. You have to transfer the rights for your face forever to this company.
So you can never
They
be
can
in a
do
movie,
whatever
then?
they want with it. Probably not.
You get the rights to your face for other things, though, right?
I mean, I can only imagine they're probably going to turn your face into something you don't want to know.
Face.
What type
They'll-
of company is this?
It is a robot company called Promobot. And they
So it's-
apparently are making robot faces, and they want your face to be the spokesman for this
So they're
company.
gonna do
There's
like
no
a
way in
bicentennial
hell.
man.
No way in hell. I want a bunch of robots owning the rights to my face.
The robots wouldn't own the rights.
now wait a
company
minute.
would
Do
own
the
rights.
robots have any say in whose face is put on them? I mean,
Yeah, do they get a lineup and get to choose? I want.
Wait. Either I am completely wrong, or Brian is wearing his AirPods weird.
Oh no, you are not
backwards?
wrong.
I'm wearing it backwards and only they fit in my ears.
Backwards? You mean like rotated
Like this.
180 degrees?
He switches the ear and turns them
They
upside
don't.
down.
What do you mean they don't fit in your ears?
They don't fit right. They fall out.
Oh, they're not the pros with the silicone tips.
Nope. They're the old ones.
Somebody get this
So,
man some
whatever
AirPods
they are,
Pro.
Old or new, I don't know.
Sorry,
So
like,
Get somebody
resident.
get him
Right,
an
left, right, and then I
Apple
flip them up,
shell.
and then they stay put.
Man, we got to start making money sooner rather than later, so you can afford these things that'll fit in your
Yeah.
ears.
get this guy a new face.
You know, I've
That's
seen a
what he
bunch
needs.
of advertisements on like Linus Tech Tips and all these other places for Raycons. Maybe you should try those.
Well,
This is
these were
John
just
Travolta.
given to me as a gift. So yeah, I love face stuff, but I really have a problem with the fact that they just keep taking the faces off and then flipping them and taking the face off and flip. How many times can you do this to a person?
At least one more.
This is actual footage from the factory where they're working on this.
That's a pretty lifelike robot.
This was gonna get you DMCA.
John Woo.
John Woo. Where are the
No, we're
where are the
providing
devs
new
at?
meaning to this because of our commentary.
So anyway, I guess if you are ready to give up your rights to your face to be worn on a robot, you call up these guys. Maybe. This is just weird.
I love it so much that this looks like just scared. Like the default or the dummies is just horrified about what's going to happen.
Very unfortunate.
Wouldn't that be terrible if your first fully functional robot had that face? Not that face, the other face. Go back to the other face. Who was doing this? The other face. That would be horrifying. I would be like,
That face.
Wait! I seem to have missed a key part of the story, and it's that they'll pay me $200,000 for my face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do I sign
just-
up?
It has to be. It may not be your face per se. Like
Damn it!
Arnold got 200,000.
Oh,
Like
You
need to
must have a
face
kind
like
and friendly
this.
face, though.
That's not a kind of.
what are you trying to say?
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just, you know, I'm
This
just
face
saying.
doesn't look kind and friendly. This face looks like it just farted at you and is now making a face like, what are you gonna do about it?
It looks like it's a serial killer face.
What are
Is
you gonna do
who
about
is
it?
that?
If they're taking my face, are they also taking my hair? Is that part of it too, or did they add the hair in
What's
separately?
that Tony Stark looking thing right there in the center?
That's what I want to know.
It's an arc reactor.
It's the arc reactor.
I'm
Built
a thumbs up.
Tony Stark
It's a 5G generator.
in a cave in the desert. With scrap parts.
God, Jeff Bridges was so pissed.
Well,
I give these guys a thumbs up.
Tony
You know,
Stark.
I'm tired of looking at normal blah robot faces, so I like
want
that
some
somebody's
good-looking
taking the
robot
initiative.
faces.
I,
Thumbs
I'm
up for good-looking robot faces.
I'm freaked out by this. I'm sorry. No, thumbs down.
Boring.
What if you got 200K, Brian? Would you sell your face?
Sure.
You would, right?
I'm not gonna
All
lie.
right.
I
Yeah.
would.
All right.
Absolutely.
I need to go back
Yeah.
to that article. Then I'm gonna take a picture of your face. I'm gonna sell it to them.
You're all a bunch of prostitutes.
Well, speaking of prostitutes, if you ever had issues,
Prostitutes.
if you ever had issues with your prostitutes and getting it up, apparently a man filled his penis with expanding foam
What?
to fix its erectile dysfunction.
This is in the science section of the podcast, right?
No.
This is not covered by your HSA.
Well, the expanding foam was probably covered. You could have gotten that with
Hold on,
your.
let me go check my HSA plan's official form and see if expanding foam dick is on the list.
There's actual photos of the
Jesus.
foam recovered. If anyone wants to see,
Yes,
I feel
please
like
put those
this,
up.
I feel like of all the things we've shown tonight, I'm just not gonna.
This is
No.
why?
So
Why?
apparently, a man and his partner were attempting a treatment for erectile dysfunction. I have no idea why this is
This is
an
the
at-home
thing you
treatment.
read as like a solution to the problem in a green text on fucking 4chan. And then you're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. Let's try that. We skipped over all the other things, like, you know, maybe it's a mental problem, or like maybe it's a physical thing, let's go see the
Okay.
doctor. Like
This is
straight to expanding foam.
okay, but this is exactly what I talked about a couple weeks ago, where my idea was that you get the
You
Insurance
pitched this
companies
idea
are
to
gonna-
Elon? Are you responsible for
No.
this man's surgery?
possibly. I pitched that the way we're doing virtual stuff, that
Not a lot.
insurance companies are going to be sending you kits so you can do your own procedures.
Yeah, this expanding foam version of it is like when you okay, so the expando dick is like when you blow a tire on the highway, but your car is so new that you go check in the back and there's no spare tire. It's just one of those fucking 12-volt air pumps with like the green expandy slime stuff. Like it's like, oh my god. I don't
Yeah.
Why didn't Darwin take? Did this man die?
No, he survived.
He shoulda.
They in fact were able to pretty easily remove it from his bladder, but they
It
did
got in
have to
his
cut him open.
bladder.
They had to cut open his dick to get the foam out of it.
Look at this, because the article says penis. We get Adam and Eve sending us
Nice
sexy
ads.
Oh, and then NyQuil after you feel bad.
Amazing.
going to the doctor.
I don't like how it is just. I don't even know. I don't have the words.
Hold
like,
on,
how
I have
do
the-
you
I have the
go?
answer right here.
How do you go? Like, is it just like you're blinded by the desperation of like just trying to get that erection? Like,
Well, they claim that it was an accident. So I mean,
you
I don't know how accidentally you do
fill the
that.
penis with
It's not like you went out to the
expanding foam.
garage and fell on this thing.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
like,
go to Home
Oh, I
Depot.
keep my
I'm gonna go to Home Depot.
expanding foam right next to my erectile dysfunction meds.
Oh, God. I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get one can of expanding foam and just like raise my eyebrow at like whoever the cashier.
No, he was reaching for the WD-40 and then he got the expanding phone accidentally.
This is why that happened.
This is a Darwin Award level.
All right. Here's the deal.
Because-
When you have
I know.
7.7
We're
billion.
sitting here. We're sitting here in our ivory towers, like atop high horses standing on the towers, just casting judgment down upon this poor individual.
And he deserves
The-
it, and so does
No.
The thirst is so
We're-
strong
yeah,
that
we
you
are
go
just-
for the expanding
we,
foam.
we are just like completely ripping on this person. Should they see this and become offended and want to defend themselves, there is a place here for you to tell your story.
Oh, yeah.
You want to get your story out to the world? We'll have you on, Mr. Expando Dick.
You can email us at I
Move
don't care
over,
at
Joe Rogan.
councilcast.net.
You ain't got shit on this.
.net or .org or
I don't know, .org, not .com,
CouncilCast,
that's for
yeah.
sure.
.org.
If
We're an
somebody's
organization.
brave
.org,
enough
yeah,
to tell their
councilcast.org.
story on this, it deserves to be told.
Yeah, expanding.
I just have to say, usually when we do a space thing, Matt says 2 thumbs up for space. I'm going to say 2 thumbs up for DIY. I love it.
DIK.
DIY.
DI don't.
What's the
Yes,
subreddit?
so-
Yeah, come on the show.
there's a-
Come on the
there's a
show.
do-it-yourself
Any
why.
phone dick guy.
I should
We'd love to
post
have
this on the DIY subreddit.
I'm sure it's already been posted.
I don't. I just cannot
I'm
make the
just-
mental steps necessary to where, like, even in my most desperate of desperate moments,
Then that must have been painful.
that expanding foam straight to the penis was a great idea. How do they say it was an accident? Do they elaborate?
Not really. They just say that she accidentally shot the insulation into his penis.
We only meant to use a little, and we actually used a lot. Is that?
No, I don't know. I think they accidentally. They claim they used the
Is this
round
like
bottle.
Is this like what bottle? What aerosolized sex thing were you trying to use?
Like,
Like I said, it was the WD-40.
uh,
It's the same size straw. I think that's what it was.
WD-40 is a penetrating oil, but it's not a lubricant, Brian.
Hey, I don't think I have an answer for that.
Oh my god.
Is it time for Elon Musk pitches?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to Elon Musk
I'm
pitches
giving,
for the
I'm
night.
giving a thumbs down for his pain, and a thumbs up for his recovery.
I have a Musk pitch. It's really it's a pitch that I had before, but I want to expand upon it because I had a thought about tonight with these 5G, planes, going to be ditching into the ocean. I want to be able to have the, how I talked about you have the first class virtual goggles that you put on, the headset and everything. So you have first class, and I want to be able to have the ability to fly the plane VR experience as well, so that if the plane's going down, I can help. That's all. I just think that I should be able to help out with that because the plane's going to be crashing because of my phone. I'm using it to call someone.
What?
What?
I did not follow that. Start over.
Somebody play the Billy Madison thing from the end. At no point during your
Listen. You put the VR goggles on. You put
Okay.
the headset on.
Okay.
You can now.
Hold on, I
You're
gotta
now flying the
visualize
plane. You're flying the plane,
Okay.
just like VR first class.
do we want? we
Oh,
don't
I
want the
remember
plane to
VR
crash.
first
Wait,
class.
wait. In your version of like the dystopian late stage capitalism, all the coach flyers get goggles that they can wear to make them feel as if they're in first class.
Oh, you
Yeah.
missed that one. That was
Yeah,
a pitch
you
like
missed-
a while ago.
That's
So I'm
not a
seeing-
bad idea.
And we were in a noisy restaurant the other night, and I said we need to have VR fine dining. So you walk into this dive, and then you put on these VR goggles and the headset, and the waiter or waitress is nice and helpful, and everything is amazing because the experience is through
And
the
you don't
goggles.
care if
So,
there's hair in your food because you can't see it actually.
and you don't care if the plane is going down because I'm flying it and everything's fine.
Okay, so
So-
you're not
so are you
actually
pitching-
helping with the crash. You're
I
just
don't care.
watching out
Help.
the front window like you're the pilot.
No,
Yes.
he said he was controlling the plane, so he is actively crashing the plane.
Well, either way. Either way.
So a
Either
VR
you're given control, maybe that's like a higher dollar version of this. You're given control of the plane, and the other is just you're flying a plane that's crashing, and you just are taking it's okay. Everything's fine. It's virtual reality.
It'll
right?
be exactly. It's just
But it's
you
taking
put the
place
headset on and
In
It's
reality, because you are on the plane that's
You
crashing.
guys just don't understand VR.
So-
the pilot seat
Okay.
in the
Clearly.
movie Airplane.
Apparently.
I think I've got it. So he wants a VR flight system that allows you to control other planes around the world that are crashing.
No, he wants to be in the plane
That's it, plane.
that's
Perfect.
crashing.
Got it.
I don't know how you pulled that out of what I said, but that's exactly what I meant.
Thumbs up for that.
You know what? Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Morgan can hear it babbling.
Elon Tusk gives it two thumbs up.
Two tusks up.
2 tusks up.
All right, I'm going to pitch that Mr. Musk should come up with a. He should come up with a Google Workspace replacement, something that's free, something that anybody can use. It's super secure. Maybe it's hosted in space. I don't know. And he should totally give it away for free.
Starlinked.
This is how I feel.
Free.
You want to give away
Perfect.
Starlink? Wait, you have VR goggles
Links or linked or.
that you can
No,
see the stars linked together.
Ow.
I'm sorry, Blaine. I just wasn't paying attention.
Something with VR is what we thought you heard. We heard you say.
I would
Just
like.
start it over. Sorry. We'll cut this part out in post.
You want my pitch again? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I
What'd you
said a free VR web hosting service.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Thumbs up. That's exactly what I want.
To power Brian's dreams.
It's all hosted.
Are
in
my
space.
dreams, but maybe this VR thing.
There you go. All right, who else has got a pitch?
Are you
I
writing these
would
down,
like.
Blaine?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I would
Writing them in
like
his diary.
Elon Musk to buy Apple and do one of two things with that acquisition.
Oh
Open source the Lightning connector so anybody can use it, or make the iPhone use a USB-C cable.
Wow.
They
I love.
they
Pretty
will
big purchase to
drop
do that.
ports altogether before they add USB-C.
Unless the EU forces them to.
Well, no. Even then, the EU will say you need to adopt the USB-C, and they'll just say, "Well, our device doesn't have ports, so why would we? Why would we add a port to it?"
That is my Elon Musk pitch. Purchase
That's
Apple.
exactly what.
Does he
I
have
would
enough
prefer him
money
to
to buy
open
Apple?
source
Isn't Apple's market cap over $2 trillion?
He could buy
Do you
Apple
think that'll
twice.
stop? Do you think that would stop Elon? No. He's
What do you
got
think
the
he's
money.
doing in outer space? He's mining gold.
What's he gonna do? Show up and call them pedophiles and then demand that they sell?
I would prefer
might.
Has that worked for him before, though?
You know? No.
the first attempt was a little shaky. I would prefer the Lightning cable be opened up for other people because it's a better interface than USB-C. But
I
USB-C
just figured out how to turn off
widely
mindfulness on my watch.
Yeah, maybe you'd be more okay with it if you actually utilized it.
His mindfulness is not.
But
Turn it off.
It's obviously he's all over mindfulness because he's in the middle of the episode.
I
guess it's the end of the episode.
I got to turn off breathing next. That's another
Is that a
Turn off?
feature?
bother.
Turn on. Turn
I
on
didn't
to
know
remember
Apple
breathing.
Watches could do assisted suicide.
Take off. Oh my gosh. Breathe.
All right.
What other critical
me alone.
functions are you going to turn off on that? The fall detection, heart attack detection, all stuff
Yes.
you need, bro.
No, I do not. I'll know when I'm in trouble.
And you'll know who not to call. Matt.
I need some watch telling other people my business.
I want. I think I want Elon to make some VR goggle simulator that allows me to feel like I have a USB-C port on my Apple device.
I don't know why
that's
we
all
didn't do
that I
anything
want.
VR related to the person trying to
Buy
fix himself with
that
foam.
phone that the one guy made use a USB-C cable.
No, I just want to just have the experience without actually having to pay for it. So I want to buy really expensive VR goggles and pay for the software and pay for the monthly subscription to just feel like that whenever I want.
There you go.
There you go. I can support that. Sure. Thumbs up. Fixed reality. All right, Matt, you got a pitch for us tonight?
I would like Elon Musk to do anything VR related.
Anything specific that you would like him to focus on? Just
Just like I would like a virtual reality experience that makes me feel like I'm having another virtual reality experience.
maybe that sounds very meta.
Yeah, it's like VRception.
That's you just literally described the metaverse.
Oh no.
Silas, was it you that sent me the comedian who said that people think that we're in the Matrix, and if that's true, then our Matrix sucks because they
If that's
made
true,
the
where's
movie
my
The
goddamn
Matrix?
steak?
Yeah, he's like, we made a movie. They made a movie just mocking us.
Well, you know what? Let's just tell them the whole thing. They'll never figure it out.
Did you guys see the thread the other day where they were talking about like time travel or some shit? It was like if you traveled 100,000 years back into like some cave, like what would you do in that cave to just fuck with archaeologists later? And somebody said they'd write a note on the cave wall that said, I'm sorry, Mr. Hawking. I really wanted to make your party, but I overshot. Do you know the thing that? Stephen Hawking posited one time that time travel cannot be real because he was now publicizing the fact that he had a party that anyone in the future is invited to, and it's in the past, and no one came to his party. He was the only one that knew about it until he announced that it was a party that he had, thereby making it so that, you know, if time travel happens in the future, people could go to the party. And
I like it.
That was some of his
Pretty
proof
cool.
that it doesn't exist. It'd be really funny to see that referenced in a time travel like sci-fi where like you can go back in time just fine, but they prevent you from going to that.
Like, yeah, we can't.
Yeah.
This is the one thing you can't go to.
Yeah, it's like built into all the time travel devices that you actually just cannot go to that.
I'm surprised that wasn't part of the plot of the most recent Bill and Ted movie.
No.
Well, I think with that, we're going to go ahead and call this council meeting adjourned.
Wait. Did we have any viewers say anything?
Oh,
No.
No, none of our viewers said anything.
Okay, well, maybe
No comments.
maybe Casey will send something in next week, and
this is
Continue
our
to
outro
move the
music.
program around
There
to
you
make
go.
sure that our keeping our
we have outro music?
listeners.
is it the intro music played in reverse?
You should do that.
The intro music played in a minor key because it's sad we're done.
We don't want to play songs in reverse. That's the
That's
devil.
how you summon
let's not-
the bad things.
That's how you summon.
Brian, you grew up during the devil's music.
I did. And we only listen to things in reverse.
Well, thanks for listening. We do record this podcast live on Tuesday nights. If you want to find out what our outro music is, you can listen to the intro backwards. Just play this podcast in reverse.
So we
I don't
don't have outro music.
Don't play it in reverse.
If you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org or search for us on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. If you have a topic or you're Mr. Foam Penis Dude, you can email us at I don't care at councilcast.org.
We will absolutely have you on, and you just expect judgment.
Do not
This
expect
is
anything
a judgment
better.
encouraged zone. There is no free pass.
There is no safe space here.
Yeah, there you go.
Just do it yourself next time.
I mean, not for that guy. Come on.
And with that, thanks for listening and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Thank God that's over.